On today's episode, we're going over the 2024 Maker's Mark LE release. This is called the Heart release. No pun intended. Is this worth looking for? We'll take a look, a real deep look. I'll go by the name of, let's get into this.
Play the intro.
I go by the name of Lord, let's serve you some whiskey. And we're back. So today, we got a bottle by Maker's Mark that wasn't necessarily looking for, and I'll be honest, I didn't necessarily want it to get. Only because in the past, I've purchased a bunch of like the LEs that came out, like the license plates ones and store picks and things like that. And I didn't get the cellar age. I definitely wanted the cellar age, but I wasn't going to pay cellar age prices on the secondary market. Anywho, so this one is set in my local watering hole. It's set and I was like, you know what? If I don't get this now, I'm probably gonna never get this. And by the time I see it, it's gonna be super marked up, and I'm definitely not paying for that. Anyway, so went ahead and got it. Like I said, intro. This is the Maker's Mark 2024 release. They dubbed it the Heart release. And a little bit about the bottle. So they got rid of the license plate series, as you know, like years prior. 2023 was the BEP, and then 2022 was the BRT, and then so on and so on and so on. On their website, it says, what is a finishing series? It says, wood finishing series is a collection of a one-of-a-kind expression that uses an innovative wood stay finishing technique to enhance distinctive characteristics already present in the brand's iconic bourbon. 10 specifically selected oak staves are used to create unique limited expressions of Maker's Mark. And then the second part, they say the latest release of wood finishing series will focus on the team behind Maker's Mark. Our makers, these whiskeys will celebrate the unique role they play in delivering the maker's experience. Then they go on to say, for 2024, the Heart release celebrates the entire distillery's team who shares our vision, who have contributed their perspective to the craft of the final expression. And then they go and say, the next release will celebrate another story from our people in Loretto, so keep an eye out for what's to come. Wow. So yeah, that is a lot of information. Now, I would say, I do like this bottle. The bottle is super nice. It's a big departure from the older standard bottle, which was like the 46 bottle that they had for years. I like this one a lot. I believe this is the one that the cellar age came in, so this is cool. This is really cool. But who cares what it looks like, what it tastes like? But I want to talk a little more about the bottle. The bottle is nice. This is something that, whenever this is finished, I don't know when, that I may just keep it as a decanter. Off bat, it's 111.7 proof. Like I mentioned, this is part of their toasted wood finish series. So like the 46 and the store pick, things like that, there's a series of oak staves in here, which is pretty cool. It's standard for what they do. They just said 10 virgin toasted French oak staves, and that was it. So this says 1 of 5, and this says 111.7 proof. And this was bottled in April 2024. And in typical Maker's Mark fashion, we don't know how old this is. We just don't know. We don't know if this is 4 years old. We don't know if this is 6. We don't know if they have bits of 17-year-old, juice in here. We just don't know. But the bottle is cool. I kind of don't want to open it, but we're here to open it. So yeah, let's open this right now. And booyah. Okay, cool. Now I had to find the glass. Movie magic time. Glass just appeared just like that. Alright, so this bottle is really cool. Not for nothing, I would definitely buy it for the bottle if you found it for retail. That's my review on the bottle. Cork was cool. Typical Maker's Mark cork. Yeah, so let's get into this. Like I said, this is the 2024 Heart release. I'm excited. Cool. Just need a little bit. That's all I need. This bottle is super cool. So yeah, let's get into this. So already, I would say before I get into this, I am a fan of Maker's Mark. Like anybody else, I've had my intro to the standard offering of this, the cash strength, which I actually like the cash strength in this. And then my life changed when the 46 dropped, and then the 46 cash strength. And at the time where I was at in my whiskey or bourbon journey, I couldn't necessarily go out and get Wellers. I couldn't afford Wellers, so that was the closest thing I had. Now, what I say they're comparable to Antique 107, maybe a discussion for another day. But for today, we're talking about the Heart 2024 release. What's going on? Oh my God, this nose already. It just jumps out at you. I'm getting chocolate. I need to start making names of the chocolates that I actually like, because it's the rich chocolate that I like. There is Hershey's makes one. I want to say it's the Symphony Bar. I could be wrong, but it's pretty good. But it's almost like like the Nestle Crunch. It's like that, but like think of like a richer version of that with toffee. 1000%. So you get that chocolate toffee with like that rice crunch in there, which is stronger there. Getting a little hint of cornbread in this. This is real good. There's a marshmallow note in here, really deep. Like the marshmallow, I mentioned this before, but like the marshmallow that you would have like in a puff, fake candy style, like a moon pie. I definitely smell that in here. Oh man. And the legs, you can't really see it, but it is hugging in the glass. Oh yeah, this nose is good. I can actually sit here and smell this all day. But let's see what it tastes like. So on the nose, I definitely get that, like I said, that rich chocolate toffee, rice, kind of like Nestle Crunch, bar, but with really nicer chocolate. Definitely getting that. There's a cherry note that just comes and like wow. It's almost like a tart cherry, like if it was like a pie filling. That's what I'm getting down there too. It's a pastry note that's in there, which could complement the marshmallow note that I mentioned earlier in the moon pie as well. This is definitely rich. The finish is actually pretty long. It's pretty coating. It's super smooth on the tongue. I'm going for another taste. Oh wow, that's good. That's good. That's interesting. Huh. That's really good. Now you can see that the legs are just really going back in right now. On the finish, like I mentioned, the finish is long, and all those notes do transfer over. However, on the finish for me, I'm getting more of those pastry notes more in front than rather the chocolate note that mixed with the toffee and the rich chocolate and the rice snack in there as well. The cherry note is back, but it's very subtle and muted. But there is like a lingering now, almost like a like Laffy Taffy. Let me know in the comments if you like Laffy Taffy. I like banana Laffy Taffy, but we're not talking about banana Laffy Taffies now. We're talking about like the cherry taffy. There's like a cherry taffy note in there, but not like the Laffy Taffy. More like if you had like an artisanal, more if you had like artisanal, that word, artisanal, the nice, handmade taffies. I'm getting that note in there as well. This is good. I would say I definitely got this in MFRP. That's why I really jumped and wanted to get it. I just wanted to try it because I think of last year's I was able to get the BEP, and then the 2022 I think I missed out on the BRT 01. But the MSRP, Lord, is it worth it? If you are into Maker's Mark and the toasted staves that they do in different experiments, and maybe you have tried the license plate ones in the past, or you tried like a store pick or two, or you just like Maker's Mark 46, I think this is pretty good. Now, I think this could be a gateway into more different expressions. Let's say if you only stuck around with the Maker's 46 or Maker's 46 cash strength, this might be something you can look into. Now, if you A and B this with the cash strength, depending on where you are on your journey, you might not be able to tell the difference. Also, like price wise, I believe the 46 cash strength would be a little cheaper. Especially you can get the 46 cash strength at a 375 milliliter bottle. So in that sense, if I'm looking from that, I probably more likely would get the 375 millimeter cast strength 46 over this per se, because it's easy to find. Not necessarily in that size, but you can, with a little work, find the 46 cast strength. Now, Maker's Mark is good. If you can find it, it is good. This is good. Now, do I think you should pay secondary prices for this? Hey, look, I'm not trying to tell you to do with your money. You spend your money how you deem necessary. If you are a Maker's Mark fan, I think like anything, just cop it, just buy it. You be grateful you bought it and keep it moving. Now, I would say with this one, I don't necessarily think now trying it that I would buy it again, or would I buy it for somebody else? Like I mentioned, there's other options out there. There is the 46 cast strength, which is way cheaper, and like I mentioned, you can get the 375 for that for the low, or you can do a store pick. I have an older store pick from T-Dubs that I have of that, and this is pretty good. So this is coming in at 110.1 proof, and this has the, you know, the toasted staves in it, but they actually select on the back which ones they use. So this one has 3 seared French cuvee. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that word wrong, but anyway, it has 4 the Maker's 46 staves, 1 roasted French mocha, and 2 toasted French spices. And this is good. So I poured this up earlier, so I'm gonna do a side-by-side comparisons, which isn't fair because obviously you can't find that one, but I'm just curious on the nose. Like, is there a subtle difference or whatever between the heart and this? So this is the heart. Alright. I would say off bat, this I like this one in general. This is the store pick one. I like this one in general because I've been obviously nursing it for a while. But I would say the heart release is more tamed down and narrowed. Imagine if you're taking a picture with your phone and like it's not in focus. That's kind of like how the store pick is. It's all over the place with those toasted staves. But consider that this one just has like the 10 virgin oak staves. It's kind of like the same thing. So consistent wise is like kind of like more dialed in or whatever. So this is some, honestly, I'll probably bring out when people come over. If they like Maker's Mark, they're like, yeah, I like Maker's Mark. And maybe, you know, earlier in the day, I'll make some cocktails with, you know, a 46 cast. Not 46 cast, yeah. Oh, well, I'll make old fashioned with a 46 cast. And then I'm like, you want to try something cool? And then we'll sit outside and I'll pour a neat pour of the 2024 and we'll talk. Because honestly, with this being 111.7 proof, it doesn't drink that hot. It's pretty smooth. And yeah, I think it'd be a cool drink to have. You know, if you throw this on the rock glass, you could. I don't know. I don't think I would necessarily do that because I feel like it'd just dilute it a little bit more, and I wouldn't necessarily pull out all those flavors, you know, from the oak in there. And the thing is, I've noticed too, with a lot of toasted products and a lot of like double oak products, when you add ice to it, over a period of time, it just feels like you're drinking tea water. So I don't think that's what you want. It's just all those tannins just like kind of like jump out. It's just like, you know, I don't think you want it. Yeah. So yeah. So in conclusion, like I said, I personally, if you couldn't find this, or if you don't want to necessarily spend the money, just look for 375. If you can find it, the 46 cast strength, thank me later. Or if there's a particular store you like or a group and they have a store pick of a 46, just pick it. Trust me, they're like night and day. You can't go wrong. And guess what? If you don't like it, newsflash, whenever you have a party or have people over, just put the bottle on the table and I promise you, it will definitely be gone by the end of the night. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you like Maker's Mark. You know, a lot of people, they have had it before at a bar. Like I said, the regular standard entry, you know, you can find this at almost any restaurant or any bar. They'll have this on the shelf, so you can definitely get a pour. The cast, maybe not so much. If you go to like a whiskey bar or like a nice, you know, restaurant, they may have that selection there. And the 46, highly doubt it, but sometimes they do. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you like Maker's Mark and if you prefer the older toasted series releases starting back in 2019 up into 23 into like the new editions that they're doing now from 2024 and beyond. So yeah, and if you have another bourbon that you feel is comparable to the heart release if you tried it. So yeah, if you like this one, go ahead, get up that good old like, comment, and subscribe. And like we always say at this time, folks, cheers, salute, Sante, Kobe, and all that jazz. There's no options. Just get the 375 and figure it out. That's all I can say. You'll be good, trust me.